In this demo, we are going to go over creating a simulation in DSS Manufacturing Planner application. First, we will enter the input about our factory, general data of the production line, the work shifts, the workstations, and the simulated production order. Finally, we will see how results are displayed and how they can be interpreted and used. The first step is to create the production line in the factory that we wish to simulate in the application. This is represented by a composition. It's useful to name the composition after the end product that is created on the line. We can also enter production overhead hourly cost if the production requires costs outside the machine and human labor costs, such as hourly heating costs or proportional factory maintenance costs. Next is adding the simulated representation of the workplaces. A workplace consists of a machine and human component, one of which can be omitted. These represent a workplace that takes up a specific position in the production line. If there are multiple identical workplaces available that can work parallel with the same production parameters, this can also be specified. Afterwards, unit making times are entered. The application is able to calculate with either values for normal distribution calculation or with a fixed value if the manufacturing process takes the exact same time for each product. The input values for unit making times can also come from sensors that collect data directly from the Bakony Electronica shop floor level. With the help of the spoon application, any kind of standard operation and aggregation can be done on the collected data in order to transform it to appropriate format for the planner application. Finally, the costs of the workplace are entered, specifically the machine costs such as electricity and other costs, and total human labor costs. If overtime is available for said workplace, the checkbox should be ticked for available and the hourly labor cost in overtime should be entered. Once your composition has at least one shift connected to it and all workplaces have been added to it, it is time to set up the simulation. You can either copy an already existing simulation and edit details or create a new one. This is where the user specifies the product quantity that they'd like to simulate on the created composition. By clicking on Generate, your simulation enters the queue to be run. You can see the progress in the completed threads column. Once your simulation has completed, the status of your simulation changes to Ready. Now we can see the results of our simulation in the Results tab. First, let's search for our simulation with the highly customizable search option. The results are visualized in two sections. On the top part, the run results are expanded on in a list format where the rows contain information about each run, the machine and human labor cost components, the iteration details which show which workstations in sequence worked in normal and overtime mode, as well as the total runtime, which includes stopped and idle time as well. On the bottom part, a graph visualizes each iteration's result on a time cost diagram. By clicking on the download link, we can find out more information about a specific run by loading it to the standalone JamSim application. Once the run has been loaded, the user can overview and optionally fine-tune the specific production line configuration. Once the optimal run is chosen, it can be implemented in the production line in real life to achieve optimal manufacturing process.